Hello everyone, today is Wednesday, January 3rd, and I have a quick video. Just want to go over some trades and the levels and the recent update. First couple of announcements. The increase for the price of the Autotrader will be 1 week from today. That's January 10th, Wednesday, January 10th. And the pricing will go up to $1,500 for a annual license, and the renewal will remain at $750. Also, Apex still 80% off, I think, until tomorrow. So load up on your Apex accounts while prices are low. Okay, if you are a BWT Autotrader user, please message or request me for the latest update, which is version 0.46, and that version fixes the stopping trading at the daily goal and also resetting trading at the end of the session, which is what I'm demonstrating on this chart here. So on this chart, I traded late in the day, and I use my own method of using the horizontal trend line tool. Actually, this is trading two contracts. I still use some horizontal trend line, and if you're trading two contracts and you use the horizontal trend line tool, it defaults to the number of contracts, so it'll add two more, and that would be a total of 4 contracts. And that was why I was able to hit my goal in literally less than 10 minutes here. There's a couple of trades here, and you can see there was some losers, but then I came back with the correct call here and these winners here. I also have some other good news, is that we are going to release the levels as an indicator. It will be added to the BW indicators in the Autotrader package. So if you own the Autotrader, you will receive the levels. We will also sell it separately as an indicator. If you just want to buy the indicator and you don't want the Autotrader, that'll be $4.95, and there will be an annual renewal of $2.95 to renew to keep the levels. So I just want to show the start of trading here. My first trade was $15.39, and I want to show you what I was looking at on the levels. And so if you look at the whole day here, just going to kind of scrunch this up. And so remember, the levels calculate from the London session until the US Open, and then the blue line is the medium or the point of control, if you wish, and it plots the initial levels from the overnight trading, and then after the first hour of the US session, it recalculates. So the blue line is your median, which is buy above, sell below, and prices, because of trading from the London session in the futures, they opened up lower, and you can see there was some good signals here going from the upper red zone to the lower red zone, and then when they recalculated after the first hour at 10:30, then the new red zones and blue zones were recreated, and the new median was created, which is here. So notice that after price came here, it couldn't get above the upper red zone, and it came and tested the lower red zone, which was the low for the day, and then it retraced all the way up to the median. It couldn't get to the blue zone, so this is a failure, and continuous lows. So this was your indication to sell, and it came all the way down to the lower red zone, and then again from the lower red zone, a test to blue. I mean, these are pretty impressive levels here that price traded between. And remember, these levels, once they're drawn here at the beginning, they don't change. These are projected all the way to the close. There's no change. So these are there way ahead of time. And then price failed again. This is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and what did it do? When it came to the first red zone, it went sideways for quite a while, and then a quick drop to the lower red zone and lower red right here, which is your first level of sell, and then these are extended levels. So extended level 1, extended level 2, or extended low and then lower low, whatever you want to call it. Came back up to blue and made it just by a couple of ticks to the first buy zone, and then there was a double top here, and then it rolled over. And I have another chart where I was trading somewhere in here, but on this chart, at 1538, there was another test of the red zone here. So this is 1538 was right here, the first red bar. And when I'm using the Autotrader on a smaller time frame, I look to the 1 minute chart for guidance. So that's why I went short on this first trade, and you can see it was a loser. And then the next trade was about a minute later, and I managed to get a small win out of that, and then there was another loser here, and then another loser right here. And so on 2 contracts, I'd drawn down almost $300, but then it came back with 2 nice winners here. And this is where the market really sold off into the close. So this nice drop starting at 1542, and the Autotrader on the Super Inco 12 nailed that nicely. And from the levels, I had the confidence. Once I saw this big blue bar, that's where I used the horizontal trend line. Not on this trade, but on this one I did. I suspected a further drop, and the market delivered, and I hit my $500 goal. What I didn't realize is I had left this on automated trading, and when the market closed, the profit target reset, and I ended up taking a short here and hitting my goal on this trade. So there was kind of a split fill. It looks like I got filled on one contract, and then it came down and retraced up, and I got filled on the second contract, and then exited right here, a quick drop at, well, this was 750 profit, and then there was another trade, because I only had this on shorts only, and there was another trade here, and that brought me to $1,000 profit on this chart. And so this went in my favor, because this is actually a mistake. I didn't mean to leave this on. I walked away from my computer, and I didn't realize that it would trade again. So remember, guys, if you're done trading, uncheck. I would uncheck all of these. So anyway, that worked in my favor. That was a mistake that worked in my favor. And again, really impressive with the Autotrader. And also, this is a Tradeovate account, and there was no issue trading multiple contracts. It traded and trailed the stops quite well. This trade here was stopped out, you can see right here. And so that's good to know. Yes. Okay, so back to the levels here. I really geeked out on the colors. So blue is your median or point of control, if you will. And your shaded areas are your sell zones, and then your shaded blue areas are your buy zones. So the probabilities of trade going from blue, the median, to the first hot zone is what you might call this, the lower hot zone or red zone, are pretty high if there's a failure here. And it's also pretty good going to the lower level. So if price fails at blue, which you see it did multiple times today, it tested these zones exactly, and it often went to the first red zone and stalled, and then went to the lower zone. And then same thing on the way up. It went to the first red zone when the low was tested from the morning. The low was tested right here. It went to the upper red zone, and then tested the median price or the baseline price, and then came back to the first red zone or upper red zone and stalled for quite a while. A quick drop to the test and made a lower low for the day at the very bottom of the red zone, and also this red line here is the first daily sell level. The purple line is the first extension for days that are really volatile, and then this is the second extension. And then so above the market, the shaded area here, this dark gray is the lower midpoint, and then this is the upper midpoint. So the midpoint between the upper buy zone and the lower sell zone. These are the two midpoints. And then on the upside, there is this is the first buy extension, and then the second buy extension. So these extended levels, there are days where these will come into play for sure. Anyway, you can see today how accurate this was, trading between the levels, and how this lower red zone acted as support in the first hour of trading, and then it was broken. Then this new low became the support for the day, and that held pretty good, but price could not get much past the median. It got a little above to the first buy zone, but traded below. So anyway, you will be able to change the colors of the indicator. Okay, there was a second chart that I traded, and I forgot to show it, and this is also in my Apex account, and this was trading two contracts. I had a target of 40 and 50 ticks with a $500 goal, and I had a late entry here, but again, I was looking at the zones, and the first trade was at 1508, and that was right about here. And I expected this to come to this zone, which it eventually did, but here's what the trades look like. Is I entered right here at 1654, and if we look on the chart here, that was right about, I think I caught it on this drop right here on this trade, and then that's where this bounce was. So that was a quick $500 profit in one trade, and that was achieved in no time at all. This was 1508 in 12 seconds, and this was 1509 in 20 seconds. So in a minute, caught this quick move down, and boom, and there was positive slippage to boot. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our Discord channel. It's free. There will be a link in the description.